Okay, I'm going to get on my phone here. Let Brooke know I'm on. I was going to do this downstairs, but got hungry, so came up here. So right now I'm just getting on to let Brooke know I'm on. Hopefully, wait a minute. That didn't end right. Chat windows. There we go. Okay. Let me find her here. Whoops, wrong way. Okay. I let her know. I've been trying to do it earlier in the day, my time, because it makes it earlier her time. And to me, this is it's a cheaper way to communicate with Brooke on kind of a regular basis without blowing up her phone, because Michael does that quite enough. And not overly much calling her myself or anything like that, because that's when it really starts getting into the money, is when you now I lost my train of thought. It's been that kind of day. It's just still debating on whether or not I'm even going tomorrow. And I don't know. I kind of want to go, but then I don't. So I'm contemplating if I'm still wanting to do that, but I just don't know. It's been a cold, rainy, yucky day today. I'm just kind of at a loss for words today, I guess, which is unusual for me, but I was reviewing some of my other live streams. So to me, for me, hey, 11, boy, I went up by one. My hair is a fright, but it's because I need a shower. I was going to do this downstairs at Maria's, but I don't know. I just ended up not feeling like sitting down there today, so I decided to just come back upstairs. But I look at it this way. This is a way that you and I can kind of communicate more. It doesn't blow up your phone. And I mean, I don't know if it's any cheaper, money-wise, for you to be able to pop on like this. Excuse me. It gives me something to do. it helps me get through my day, just like I'm sure it helps you. So I really want to go tomorrow, but it's just so cold, and it's been cold, yucky, wet day today. It rained like the entire time I was down at Maria's, and I was down there for like 3 hours. Just couldn't get motivated to do anything, kept falling asleep. And I'm like, okay, this is not working. Oh, see, so that's a savings, right? It's a money savings for you. That's what I was hoping. Um, because, every little bit helps. Believe me, I know, hun. I know because, I mean, look at me. I have no money to live on for the month except for a few dollars in my pocket. But then I usually have to end up using that for gas or using it to get some cash item that we need at the house because we run out of toilet paper or something. Um, so I hope that Chris will understand that, this. I don't live stream like a lot of people do. I don't live stream for a lot of the reasons people do. I live stream to communicate with you and Holly in a kind of a fun way. And, because we're all busy. I mean, look at whatever all you're going through, in England, trying to get ready for the trip up here next month, which I agree with you, it's not here soon enough. But this to me is just it's a nice, different way to reach out to my loved ones and stuff and say, hey, what's up? How's your day going? So at least they can see me, because I mean, video phone calls, especially to someplace like England, it probably wouldn't come in very good. I mean, I'd be amazed if the signal would even go through, to be honest. But yeah, my hair's all bleh, icky, dirty, yuck. I have to wash it every couple of days because if I don't, it gets messy. It gets oily. My hair is oily, and I have to put cream rinse on it because of the hair dye. Because if I don't, then it dries your hair out, and I don't want that either. So I try to rinse out the cream rinse really good, but usually within a couple of days or every other day. Thanks. um, I try to get into a healthy habit of doing it more, especially during the winter time, because let's face it, in the winter time, you're going to sweat more. You're going to be multi-layering more. Oh, wow. Well, you're lucky then. Because me, oh, I couldn't. My hair, because it's so long and thick, it's like it's really hard for you to determine how thick, but on by seeing it this way. But if I don't brush my hair at least twice a day, it becomes a rat's nest, or I call it a bat's nest because that's more witchy. Um, but so I really want to go tomorrow, but I don't know. I mean, I don't sleep well down there. I'm not allowed to take my leg pillow. I'm not allowed to take my head pillow. I mean, granted, I might be able to tough it out for a night, but then I'd feel bad coming back the very next day because that's a lot of gas. I mean, I want to spend at least the 2 days, like me and Carl did. Uh, Stuff on my teeth from eating my pizza rolls earlier. Uh, so I feel that gritty on my teeth, and it's like, bleh. But so I sat down at Maria's for a little bit. Hopefully she'll be home here soon. I just went down and checked on her cats a few minutes ago, make sure everything's still okay. Healthy to wash it all the time, but it's however the person feels to do. Yeah, exactly. And for me, it happens to be every other day or every couple of days, because if I don't, then I start getting headaches because my hair and the oil and everything, it just weighs down on my scalp. So it's like constantly pulling on my scalp, and I end up getting real bad headaches. So it's like, okay, this is not working. But so how are you doing? What's all going on with you? Yeah, I just it's a pain, but if I don't want to deal with the headaches, I have to keep it washed. I don't like washing it as much as I do, but kind of have no choice because I can't stop using the cream rinse. Good. I did go to one of Colin's most recent videos, and I told the Spooky family about Moonville Tunnel. I said it would be one way that I would be able to meet you guys, and all I ask is that you find a way, message me on Facebook or something the day before you're going to be there so I can be there and meet whoever comes, because it could just be him and his dad, could be him and his dad, his mom. I don't know. I never know until the event happens. It's makes it kind of a nice mystery surprise. It's, let's see who all shows up, because usually what they try to do with the fan meetups, and I think this is a good idea, they try to get as many together as they can, and like they'll do like a big like major investigation somewhere together. Moonville Tunnel will definitely give that to a lot of paranormal investigators, because there's supposedly, because Holly was reading some of the history on it, there's over 25 people that have died in that area around that tunnel throughout the years, especially back when it was a thriving community and that tunnel actually had trains still going through it. But I'll tell you what, girl, it could be 90 plus degrees outside. The minute you step inside that tunnel, it drops instantly. It's like you went from 90 to like 50 or sometimes cooler. It's nice. It's refreshing. And I was just really surprised to see how many were there. Yeah, because it's a big tunnel. It's like the drop in temperature is just tremendous. You step outside and you're like, oh God, it's hot. You're sweating. You step in there, it's like stepping into a freezer. I mean, it's a mind blower. It really is. So that place definitely, not only does it have a lot of history, but it was literally carved out of the earth. And I don't know, maybe because of all the death that has happened there throughout the years, that's where the spirits live. They all live right there in that tunnel. Or they will come and visit that tunnel a lot because it's the only thing left that's any kind of structure, really. Because the structures of the houses that once stood, once you go through the tunnel, like I was saying, in the woods, all that's left is some foundations of some buildings, I guess, that once stood there. And a lot of paranormal investigators have investigated there. But I've also been trying to live stream earlier in the day for me, like 10 o'clock, for instance. If I could do it that early, then that's only 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. That's like 3 p.m. your time. So I am trying to do it earlier in the day, my time. So it's not so late your time, That way, I don't have to worry about Michael getting upset because he thinks you're not getting enough sleep. And, I don't need the guilt from him. I know he just cares about you, and so do I. But what sleep you can do and how much you can't. Like me, some nights I'll sleep maybe 6 hours and then I'm up. Most nights a good sleep for me would be like 9 hours. Like I went to bed last night after like 10 o'clock. Yeah. And so let's see, and I ended up getting up. What time did I get up this morning? I think it was after 9. So if that's correct, depending on how long it took me to fall asleep, then I pretty much almost slept 12 hours from 10 at night until 10 in the morning. Excuse me, I had some pizza rolls. Sometimes, I will just get these days, I guess, where I have no energy. I can't keep my eyes open. I can't keep awake. I couldn't believe how much I kept nodding off down at Maria's, and the cats were all just kind of crashed out around me. And yeah, like if sometimes I'll take, like if I can take a nap during the day, and I can get at least 2 hours of a nap, then I'm fine. A lot of times I can do 1 hour and I'm okay. But I just run myself so much to the point of exhaustion that I can literally just lay down on that bed in my clothes and go to sleep pretty quick, because I'm just so wiped out from the day. And I don't want to let the kids down. I really would love to go down there, but I'd like to go earlier in the day, and I can't do that. The soonest I'd be able to leave here would be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And by the time if we left immediately and went down there, that would be 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd get down there at 7 o'clock at night. And by the time 7 o'clock rolls around, yeah, it's dark pretty much. Dark sets in pretty quick. There goes the rain again. I don't know how well you can hear it, but can you hear it? Man, there's just a serious clusterfuck of people in this parking lot right now. Holy shit. Woo-wee. Yeah, as long as it don't blow in, I'll leave the window open a little bit because I could do with some outside air because it just gets so daggone stuffy up here, you know. So Holly popped on the other night, and I think you fell asleep, bless you. I felt so bad. I'm like, oh, sweetie. Bless you that you would stay up until you literally fell asleep. That's so sweet. But yeah, just, promise me that you do get, however you got to do it, you get your sleep. You get enough sleep because I don't want to be, feel like I'm the one that's keeping you up, too late in the night, your time. And because by the time it's like 7 o'clock here, it's like 9 there, right? So something like that, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, 11. I keep forgetting the 5-hour difference. But yeah, see, when my hair's dirty, it does all kinds of weird, wonky stuff. It just kind of lays whatever way it wants to lay. I will, of course. No, it's definitely not you. Okay, good. Because I know Michael said that you had... No, if it's 7 for you, it's 12 a.m. for me. Okay, 8, 9, 10. Right. I was thinking 4 hours now. I've got 4 hours on the brain because of Kentucky, because it takes 4 hours to drive there. So I got them mixed up. You're right. It's after midnight there when it's 7 here. So, because like right now it's let's see, 4:30, going on 4:35, I think. Where's my phone? 3:30. Oh, wow. So it's only 3:30 my time. How about that? Wow. Good show, Janet. You're trying to do it a little bit early. But yeah, there's a lot of traffic out back here, and I don't know who these fools are, but I just hope nobody hits us because John is parked like way too close to our car. And sometimes people come in here, and I mean, it's one thing to come in and visit somebody in the building, but don't make it difficult for the actual residents of the building to be able to pull into a parking spot, because then you end up with this weird compilation of cars out in the parking lot. Yeah, it's 8:30 there. So see, that's good. That's not near as bad. So what time do the boys get out of school? Like, what time do they go out in the morning? Do you have to get up early with them? Because I remember doing that with Michael back when I was living in the trailer, and he was a bear to get up. It's a nightmare, really. They are on holiday right now for Halloween. Oh, no. Oh, no. Bless them. You're probably climbing the walls, huh? Oh, my goodness. I've never heard of such a thing. We don't get the kids in our schools around here. They don't get Halloween off or get a holiday off for Halloween. They actually let kids have a holiday for Halloween there in England. I didn't know that. See, all this England stuff I don't know. That's Chris saying hi. They have just over a week off school. Oh, my goodness. I told her, I said, you're probably going crazy. Yeah, I don't know who this person is sitting over here with. And, I mean, the gray car next to us, I know that's Penny. That's Harold's friend. And does it look to you like John's way too close to our car? Or is that just, it looks that way to me?
No, it's John parked shitty. And the only space I had was there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he said, hey. She said, hey.
If I remember correctly, aren't your kids in school for a longer period? They have less of a summer break than ours.
Give her a minute.
I think that's why.
Yeah, because she said they have over a week off for like Halloween right now. So I'm not sure. We have 6 weeks off for summer. So they only have 6 weeks of summer. How much do we usually have? Ours is a couple months, isn't it?
Yeah, see, ours are off for 3 months during the summer.
Yeah.
So about twice as long.
Yeah. So it was the opposite of what you thought.
So yeah, that's part of the reason why they have a few more breaks during the year than we do.
Yeah, I think it's neat. I've never heard of that. Getting holiday for Halloween. I'm like, what?
And if I remember correctly, overall, for a whole year, they do go in. They are in classes longer than ours.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not by much. It's only like a week or week and a half, something like that.
Well, like several years ago, I don't know what it is now, what time kids go back to school now, but several years ago, I thought they didn't go until like sometime in September. And then when we would get out in June, I think, usually for summer, and then it would go from June to next September or something, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It's been too long ago, but I know we would get out in June. That's when our summertime would start here, is June, the month of June. Oh, I accepted Brad's friend request on Facebook. He's the guy that I met down in Kentucky. One of the new family. As a matter of fact, he was the one that helped me get my 3 herbs that I needed here for my pagan mix. He literally dug them out of the ground for me and everything. It was really sweet. And we, put them in like a baggie, I think, or something, with like some wet paper towels wrapped around them to hopefully keep them moist enough to get it home. And apparently it worked, because once you get it home, you want to dry them out. Because it's kind of like trying to burn green wood. They say when wood is damp, you forget it. You're not going to get it to burn. But kind of the same principle. It's like down there in Kentucky, it's so laid back. It's so totally different than how it feels in the city. And I love that about it. It's got a charm to it. It's got a specialness that it's like you just don't want to leave. You just want to stay. And just looking up at those mountains and how beautiful and wonderful and peaceful the energy is around there, hearing kids at play, and you don't have to worry about them running out in the street and get hit by a car so much, because if anybody comes up that driveway, we're going to hear them long before the car gets there. So, but the thing about that messes me up when I go down there, especially when I'm down there for 2 days, is I can't take my leg pillow. I can't take my head pillow. I thought about putting them in a trash bag, saturating them with peppermint oil, and just keep it tied up as tight as I could tie it till we got down there, and then show Chelsea, say, look, these have been in the bag for 4 hours. I saturated them with peppermint oil and everything. I'll even open it up right out here. That way you can see for yourself. There are no bugs anywhere on either one of these pillows. There's none inside them. It's weird, because it's like, for the most part, they, knock on wood, they leave my head pillow alone. There must be something about the material that the bed bugs don't like, because it's still white. And that's unusual, because I keep a pillowcase on it and everything, but our pillowcases are so random. We don't have like very many matching sets anymore. And I've got these 1 pillow shams that I can't even use right now, because the bed bugs use the seams on the back of the shams to nest and bite and feed and all that crap. Excuse me. Oh, so my pizza rolls were kind of like a, late afternoon sort of snack, because all I had before that, several hours before that, was I had a bowl of cereal. And I did have to go down, like I said, to check on her cats and make sure that Tiki wasn't getting in trouble, because Tiki is the one that a lot of times she'll climb on stuff she shouldn't be climbing on. She knocks stuff over. Like my cats was on my abundance altar today, and they, Squeaky, Carmela, knocked this over, knocked the lid off of my little box over here that I keep my pagan mix in. So it's not this big box, huge box taking up a lot of room. I'll show it to you. It's a cute little box. I've never found one like it since. See? Isn't that cool? It's just a little box, not very deep. You can put, it's one of those you can put like little like bits and pieces in it and stuff. Yeah, I hand painted that with nail polish because the original colors that were on there faded over time. That's why there's so much white on it. And everything, because it was dyed a certain color, but I've used it for so long that it like here I can show you the inside of the lid. See, this is the inside of the lid. It's just got a couple little magnets and everything that holds it down and keeps it on there. But Carmela literally knocked that lid off of my box, and I was like, oh my gosh. No. Bad. And, so I had to make her get down because that was too close, because it was just like an inch away from, if it would have got knocked off the table, that whole batch would have been gone. And I would have been so upset. I'd have been like, no. So yeah, I guess I'm going to have to tape that in place, or maybe start using a rubber band or a couple rubber bands to seal it shut to make it more firm on there. Because, man, I can't afford to lose any of this stuff because it's hard to find. So today was just ended up becoming a lazy day, because when the rain's like this, it makes me sleepy. It's really difficult for me just to, stay awake. Because, if you don't get up and keep yourself some kind of active, at least for me, then yeah, I get sleepy. This is a frankincense. It's kind of a light green. But I've been trying to go easy on the incense too. I'll get my check tomorrow. So, and some of the stuff I played around with, but because of the amount of drive time and what have you, it just seemed detrimental to me to do it. And it's like, well, I thought about maybe instead of spending the night or anything down there, I could just go like spend a few hours and then drive back or something. But most likely in a scenario like that, we're going to end up coming back pretty late at night. And I don't want to be on the road for 4 hours and not get back till after 11 or 12 at night or something, That would be too late. Not to mention, I would have a heck of a time keeping myself awake that long, because I wouldn't want to have to freeze us both to death by having the windows cracked so the cold air could keep blasting in and keep me awake. So that's not a very good option. If we do spend the night, I know the kids are going to be crushed, because they're going to want me to stay longer. They're going to want us to stay longer. And another drawback about me and Maria going tomorrow, as much as I appreciate her offering to go with me and stuff, is Chris would be the only one that she would be able to ask to watch after her cats, which means she would have to give him her key, just to get in and check on them and stuff while we were gone. So, our cats, they're only used to us being gone 2 days straight. Any more than that, I don't know how they would react. Like if I went down on a Friday sometime and I went down by myself, and this is a future plan, just not in the middle of winter. It's getting too cold. I already had trouble sleeping down there this last time. This time it would be even colder, because, remember, it's up in the mountains. So it's a heck of a lot colder up in the mountains than down in the city. So yeah, it would be, and if I'm not getting a decent amount of sleep, it just ruins the whole thing for me. And then I still have to drive home, and that scares me, because I don't want to feel like I could possibly endanger me and Maria or somebody else that's with me, or certainly if I'm by myself, because if something goes wrong, then I would be praying to the goddess like you wouldn't believe. And I know help would come along, but it'd probably be a pretty scary scenario. Like run out of gas in the middle of the fucking freeway or something, that would be bad. But I would only hope that if it came to that, I would have enough to pull off, get safely out of the way, and like be under a bridge in case a downpour decided to pour down on me. Just knocking the ash off my incense. But So I really want to go. I certainly would like to get another batch of these herbs because I don't know, like as it's getting colder, if a lot of them are going to die. I don't know if they're the hardy enough type plants that they can handle the winter to a certain point. But then by the time the first snow falls and the temperatures start dropping into the 40s and what have you, then yeah, there's probably a lot of plants are not. They're going to either go to sleep or they're going to die out. And I don't know if these things are some of those that come back every year, or if it's some that only come back for a certain amount of time, and then you have to redo it. So I honestly don't remember. But I would love to plant some of my belladonna seeds, but I just cannot get anything to grow up in this place because it's too freaking hot and dry all the time, and nothing can survive. I mean, I'm lucky to have a beautiful, bunch of roses for 3 to 5 days tops, and they start dying. Yeah, it is. And I mean, I would really love to go. Don't get me wrong. I would really love to go, but I have to be realistic too. I don't really want to put Chris through that because granted, I mean, it's not like we're going to be doing it every week or anything, but depending on the different projects and stuff that he's trying to catch up on, I don't want him to have the added responsibility on his shoulders of having to watch her cats now for 2 days because she wants to go down there with me. And it's like, Maria, you're not leaving me really any options here. I'm sorry that you're upset, but I would rather go when the weather's warmer. Because me and cold do not get along. When it starts getting really cold out, that's when I start bundling up and I start wearing multiple layers of clothing. And yeah, that's just the incense smoke going by the screen. So no manifestations this time. But that's okay. Like I said, I don't expect them all the time. I really don't. I'm just grateful for when they do choose to show themselves. That's, it's completely up to them. I always leave the door open for that. If they want to manifest, great. Have at it. If they don't, that's okay too. Just, if they want me to know I'm here or they want me to know they're here rather, then fine. They could knock on something or move something that I know there's no explanation for how that item just moved and I didn't touch it. The cats are nowhere around. So, oh, hi. That to me would be an accurate way a spirit could say, hi, I'm here. Oh, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it because I'm not going to be able to see it from this angle, but let me see. Right there. Okay. See the bottle? This is the front. This table right here, all the way back to the Bast statue, which you can't see real good, and the little tree that lights up. That's my abundance altar. Now, when the little tree lights up, it's really cute. I'll show it to you. It's just a little branch. It's like a little Halloween thing. It's got this box, and then it's got this little button. You just turn it on. See? I got a lighted up tree. Chris got this for me off a clearance shelf. I have it sitting back in a ghost jar. You'd love this jar. Me and Maria found these over at Kroger. Isn't he cute? And I got an orange one that's a pumpkin too. And the glass is orange. Yeah. And this is a strap that actually goes to this mug that she got me at the fair, at Ren Fair last year. I don't know if I ever showed that. Isn't that pretty? It's a leather mug. It's got paraffin covering inside, and it's got a wooden bottom. But the paraffin is just clear wax. Yeah. Aren't they cute? And this, because the handle is so big, here, I'll put this down and show you. You can take the strap, and this is like so you can stay in period when you're at the fair, for instance. But you strap it on a belt loop, and there you go, as long as there's nothing in it. But you can only drink cold liquids in these. You can't drink hot liquids because it would melt the paraffin, and then you would be drinking paraffin. And I'm sorry, but no, I don't think we're supposed to ingest paraffin. That's for outside stuff. But yeah, this is the little ghost jar that I keep this in. Just like that. I need to put something in here to make it stand up straight though. Because see, that's kind of cute. you know, and I've got some little beads that I've used before for like an incense burner and stuff. And I know I've got a set in front of me somewhere, or I could get some from the container over. It's not far. Let me get up and see if I can go get it. But yeah, the ghost jar and the pumpkin jar, they're flower vases, but you know, you can use them for other stuff too. So let me go. Where is that? Now watch me forget what I'm looking for when I get up. Oh, right. I know there's like a bag of blue beads here somewhere, but they're buried. So let me, where are they? No, they're down here somewhere. Oh no, where did I put them? Oh, those, yeah, whoops. Hey, gummit. Kristen, his bell. Oh, crap. I'm trying to find. Hang on, Brooke. I'm trying to find a container. I can't seem to remember where it is. So maybe I'm going to have to do these. And then I'll just, or find the other set over here. To see, I've got these, they're like glass beads, basically. See? Like they're a kind of a, they're just glass, but they're colored. And I think something like that would be, ideal. But these are dirty. So if I dump them in there, then I'm going to be dumping incense ash too. I wish I could find. Oh, that would be a neat. Hey, that's an idea. Okay, I just came up with a very creative, unique idea here. You're going to love it. And this literally just popped into my head. Should get some pretty beads or gravel or something. Could you put a tea light in it and it would light the face up? Possibly, yeah. Yeah, I'll try that one of these times. You're going to love this. I can't believe I didn't think of this. This bag is full. And I mean full. Dungeons and Dragons dice. All kinds of shapes. All kinds of pretty colors. There's some purple and pink in that one. Here's a pretty blue. All of these in this bag are dice. They're dice for Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm like, let me see if I can do this and put these to use, because if I put these in here, they're not going to get anything on them. Come on. Because you get it was a bag on Amazon of these that you can get for you get I think it's 16 full sets or something or another. So you have your 20-sided die, you have your, I don't know if these are going to be enough. Oh, yeah. Why don't you get smart, Janet? Good Lord. I'm glad someone's got a brain today. I don't. Because, see, these are just sitting around in this bag. They're not getting used. And it almost fills the jar. I don't know if you can tell, but they're all the way up there. So that should be plenty. Because this branch does have some weight to it because it's like plastic and stuff. Well, they're too lightweight. It's not, they can't hold it up. I could maybe do it that way, but yeah, it's too heavy. Oh well, it was fun to try anyhow. And I could not find my other like little pretty beads. Now, oh yeah, that's there. See? Okay, somebody's talking to me because they're giving me all these good ideas. They're like, so what you do is you take and you put the pretty stones in, and then you take the D&D stones. Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, we could definitely use you. We would love to have you as a D&D partner for sure. Because me and Chris have been trying to, get together a group of people for a long time. I wish I had like a bowl or something to put these in. It would be so much easier. Because I'm not so worried about dumping ash into this vase, because I'll rinse it out before I would ever use it to put flowers in it. So, but these will look really cool. The D&D dice will look really cool in this glass container. So, yeah. Why don't you do it the smart way, Janet? Dump them back in there. Yeah, there's so many. It's like literally this thing is full. Like, there's the top. They're all the way up. And we got some beautiful sets. We've got all the books. Chris is already, because he's been playing it the longest and everything, he's going to be DM most of the time. Mix them up, might need some. Yeah, mix them up. Well, I got to be a little more careful now with these, because I'm dumping glass into glass. And ash. And I'm ashing myself. So, woo! Hooji booji. Don't ask me what language I'm speaking, because I have no idea. Hopefully this will work. Nope. I have one last possible idea. My biggest aquamarine piece. If I could get it down in here right. Nope. Oh, great. Now I can't get it out. Now watch, I'll get my hand stuck or some crazy thing. Yeah, there's not enough. It's got too much weight. But it was an idea anyway. Whoops. Now I'm getting it all hung up and things. So I just try to be careful when I go, like, put it back on the table so it don't, like, flip out and, like, fall onto the floor or something. But I light it up once in a great while at night. Well, yeah, if you want to see them, that'd be a good way to see them. I wonder if they'll all fit.
Recap a little bit. Definitely check out my review.
Yeah, there's so many dice that I cannot fill this jar. This is as full as I can fill it, and I got to take some off the top, or I'm gonna lose them. See? And there's still some in the bag. Like, there's still that much in the bag right there. So, and there's another problem. The danger of leaving it in here, as cool as that looks, would be the cats, because these are lightweight. And you know how they like to get up on stuff that we don't like them to get on. And these would be perfect for them to knock out of the container, or worse yet, knock them all in the middle of the floor, in which case I'm going to have a freaking zoo, because then I'm going to have a heck of a time finding them all. And I would be extremely upset that I did something so stupid and foolish and ended up losing a bunch of my dice. Chris has got a set too like this. He ordered, I think, from the same place. But yeah, there's like 16 full sets. Oh, I wish I could show you my little ones. You would love them. They're adorable as hell. They're tiny little, tiny, like this big, tiny. and they got some purple in them and something else. I forget exactly. But no, I don't think she'll fit. Well, I'll be dang. Holy cow. Oh, I'm telling you, today is the day for creative ideas. They would have a field day with those. Yes. And they're lightweight because they're plastic and they're hollow for the most part, right? So they would knock them all over the place. They would lose them everywhere, and I would just be so upset. Check this out, because I would have never thought to do this. My incense burner kind of fits in this. It doesn't go all the way down, but as long as it's stationary, that might actually be just enough. Let me test it out. I'll have to do it with a smaller one, though, because these are the stem on this one's way too big. But they're like, stick the incense burner in the glass thing. I'm like, I don't think it would fit, but they're like, try it. Okay, sure enough, it does kind of fit. And it might be, I'm hoping it'll be just enough, the way it fits in there, that there, because there's like about that much in the bottom that's just clear space. So if the ashes stay contained in this, then it would be a way that I could use both. And it's kind of cool because it looks like she's floating. Check it out. It looks like she's floating because see where she's like, see, there's like this much is just empty space down here. It looks like she's floating. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, see, there's another great idea. It's like, wow. I'm telling you, man, those kind of ideas have just been popping into my head left and right today. Ow. Yeah. So all kinds of fun stuff. Sometimes my muses or whatever are very active, and they will come up with some really good ideas. And I listen and I do what they say, and then bam, I'm like, wow, you know what? That's kind of cool. Now I'm anxious to get another incense started, but I have to find one that's going to fit in that hole, because this hole is, you know how some of the incense sticks tend to have a thick stem on them, like thicker than can fit in like the tiny holes that they usually use in these things. Well, this is one of those. It's like if the sticks are too thick, they can't fit in the hole. So I have to find the one that have the skinniest, stem. So, but it isn't so skinny that the weight of the incense itself just kind of topples it over, in which case you might as well fasten it to the table with an ashtray on top of it like I do. And then I have this big neon green piece of poster board down on the floor, so the ashes fall on that. So to clean it up, all I have to do is carefully pick the board up, kind of crease it a little bit, and dump it in a trash can, which there's one just a few feet away from me. We got a couple little trash cans around here. Yeah, so like this one, for instance, I can show you. See how thick that is? That would not fit in this incense holder. Oh, crap. Something's itching me real bad right back here. Probably fucking bed bugs. Fuckers. Just snacking on me all the damn time. Okay, give me a skinny one. Here's a skinnier one. Now this one should fit. Let me test it here. Uh-oh, I just heard thunder. I don't think this rain's done with us yet. Yep, that one fits. We'll see. I got one to fit in there. So, let's see. Trying to set it in there a certain way, and it's almost like it's too small. Huh. Yeah, we better put it over there where I usually had it sitting. Ow. Because, yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I could also have kept the D&D dice in there, and I could have stuck an incense down in there, but I would have had to fill it about middle to about the middle of the glass and leave some space in the top, because by the time the ashes fall, they shouldn't damage the dice because they're already cool. And, but if you drop a hot coal on one of the dice, then yeah, it could burn a hole in it. And I don't want to burn a hole in it. But yeah, me and Chris have been trying to get together a batch of people. He wants to have, I think he said, at least 6 in the party if possible. And he said he would even be willing to cast himself in as a character as well as be the DM. But we have the monster books or the creature books that tells you about the different creature classes. We've got the handbook you use to make your character up. He's got the DM book so he can do the campaigns and different things. Like I said, as far as I know, we've got all the main books to start out. We've definitely got the dice. We just need two more things: the paper and the people, the numbers, because I know a lot of young people nowadays, they're playing some type of online Dungeons and Dragons international thing. That's a video game, but you can play it from like literally all over the world. And yeah, that's really cool. But talk about, man, that stuff can take you over so quick to the point that that's all you're doing is playing that game and you're not living your life. And I'm sorry, but I would rather do D&D the old-fashioned way. So at some point there is an ending. You know what I mean? It's like people just go overboard. They really do. Is it World of Warcraft? It might be. It might be, hun. It sounds familiar. So yeah, it might be. I have been fighting the temptation of looking it up. Because see, I have Elvenar. I have the Elvenar game, and I've got several cities, but I haven't played it in so long. I probably could figure out how to do it again or remember how to do it. But the thing is trying to build up the money to get the other pieces of land that you can open up so that you can put more buildings on the pieces of land so you can have more housing. You can build the castle up nice. You can build up your villages into nice places. You can it is a lot of fun, but it's very time consuming. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this one game, because I'm pretty sure you can get, if you have a certain type of phone, I don't know if you have a phone like mine or not, but if you have a certain type of phone, you can play this game. It's called Design Home, where you can design in a virtual way these different rooms, and then you get judged by those rooms, and then they give you your own house to, kind of architecturally decorate. It's a lot of fun. But again, it's the money. It's keeping the diamonds in there and shopping smartly and trying not to spend too much American cash to get the game cash to keep the game going. So a lot of my games, for that very reason, I had to stop playing them because it was just costing me too much. It's costing me too much of my time. Yeah. So I would rather do a D&D game the old-fashioned way, where, you sit down with the papers, you roll the dice, you get your character built up, and you get a campaign together to do or a quest to take or whatever. What kind of monsters are you going to encounter? What type of things you're going to have to deal with? What type of magic? Because I'm weird. And I don't know of any character like this existing in the D&D world, but I would like it better if it would be allowed. Like, I want to be an elven warrior, preferably a high elf, but also a magic user. And a lot of people, they don't, if you go by the book, you're not supposed to be, you can only do it this way. Well, to me, that's boring, because if I have a choice between warrior or magic user, it's a tough choice for me, because when you're warrior, you can kick ass. When you're a magic user, yeah, you can have some cool spells and you can run into some cool bits of magic, but you don't know what it's going to do until you have it. And now you're trying to figure out how to use it. And you could just as easily, it can blow up in your face and kill you or something. I don't know. But I do, so I do have, I used to have a bunch of games on, I had this thing called Game Room, and now the only thing left on there is Pixel Tap and Cross Stitch World. Now, Cross Stitch World's a blast because it's virtual cross stitch, and you can blow the squares up decently big so you know what colors to put where. And when you're done with the picture, you get game cash for each one, and the bigger the picture, the better. And so that's like a very hands-free kind of a lot less messy than doing an actual cross stitch pattern, which, your thread gets knotted up, you lose the needle, you don't put the stitches in right, it don't look right. Well, on this game, if you make a mistake, it puts an X through that square. So then you have to go back in and you have to undo it and then put the correct color there, because it's colors by letters, like color A, B, C, D, and it goes down to, I think, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or something like that. So there's only a few numbers at the bottom. But when you get to that color, like when you get to the number 1 color, then that's where you put it in, because the squares are, numbered. And it's a lot of fun, because the thing about doing actual cross stitch, I love doing it, but the holes are so tiny. And when you sweat, which, let's face it, you do, people sweat. When you sweat, it soils the yarn, it soils the thread. And some of these colors, you can try to spot clean it like damp cloth or something, but I would be worried that it would run the colors together, and then the piece would look like crap, and then it would be a waste of time to even finish it, because it's like, what's the point? It's ruined. And I still need to, I'll be glad when I get my check tomorrow, because I definitely need to get me some OxyClean, and I need to soak my sherbet dress in it, because motor oil got splattered on it down in Kentucky. And I'm like, oh my God, no, not this one. This was my absolute, I love this shirt. I wear it a lot. I have a pair of pants that go with it. And I love this thing. It's literally a dress, but I tie it up in such a way that I can wear it as a top. And it looks perfect with the jeans. It's like the two were made as a set, and they weren't. I found the two pieces, two totally separate stores. One of them I found in a thrift store, I think. No, it was a store at the mall. The other one I found in Rose's, which is a store around here that I'll try to take you by so you can look at that, because that's one that me and my mom and Jim go shop at once in a while. They've got some really pretty stuff in there. And, you can get some toys that maybe, you wouldn't be able to get there in England that would be like similar or something, so that, quit, you two. Carmela, leave him alone. Carmela's messing with Boo again, being a little brat. But yeah, I have a feeling you'd love it at Rose's, because there might be some stuff there, honey, that you could stock up on, Like, I don't know how much money you're going to be able to bring with you when you're here for the 5 days. But we'll definitely take you, we'll take you to Big Lots, because you're going to love it even more, because they got really nice stuff there. And they probably got a bunch of Halloween stuff there right now for decoration, because it's this close to Halloween. But let's see. So there's that one. I don't know. I mean, the mall that we would most likely probably feel the safest taking you to, even though we do like Eastland Mall, Easton, Easton, is in a better part of town. And, there's housing around this mall that would probably be at least, I'm guessing, a couple thousand a month just in rent to get one of these places. But you're literally right across the street from the mall. They have a Barnes and Noble there, which is a famous bookstore. I definitely want to show you that. Some of the stores around Easton, there's a Trader Joe's. Yeah, crazy. And it's like at night, if you're there at night, it's a whole nother world. I mean, because a lot of the places that are outside the mall, bars and stuff, they'll be open until, I don't know, I guess that, I don't know if they stay open until the typical 2 a.m. that most bars around here would. But yeah, it's a whole nother world. There's a Build-A-Bear store there, which I think you would love. But the only thing is if you had enough to, say, get yourself a teddy bear or some kind of critter that you could stuff, because they have the shell, and then you take the shell up, you buy the shell. They have little outfits you can buy for them. They have all kinds of animals. They have animals from Disney films. They have creatures from Disney films. Like Chris got me an R2-D2 and a BB-8 from Star Wars. And they're pretty good size for being Build-A-Bear. They're all probably dirty and full of icky because they've just been sitting and they're not in a display case. They're over here to my right. But they're too hard to get to. But yeah, just like, because I'm trying to think of some of the key places that we definitely want to take you that I know you will absolutely love, so you can have some good memories to take back with you. And well, I pay $9.50 a month for my place, which is $12.52 a month in dollars. Holy mother. Oh, honey. Well, then $4.65 a month would probably be cheap, huh? I mean, and it does seem like it to some people. Yeah, that's what we pay here. We only pay $4.65 a month. So yeah, that's a lot, and like Naomi, when Naomi was in New York, her place was $1,500 a month in rent. And they owned the house, or something or another. So I'm not sure how that all worked. It's like, why would you have to pay rent if you owned the house? You know what I'm saying? It's like the most that would probably happen is you would have to pay the utilities. Yeah. So, but here's the thing. Here's the drawback of it all. Finding a place in a good area anywhere around here or even remotely close to here and getting it for like $4.65 a month. It ain't probably going to happen. Yeah, it is. It is strange. Because like $4.65 American dollars, I don't know what that is in pounds or whatever, because I know pounds is what you guys go by in England. Your currency's called pounds and stuff. So yeah, it seems like a good deal, and in some respects it is. Only paying $4.65. But when the place has got so much wrong with it that it's barely functional, it's barely, livable because stuff breaks down, stuff gets old. This was an office building before it became a residence. And don't ask me how many years ago, because I have no clue. In pounds, that's $3.52. Okay, so yeah, so that's not a lot, right? But it's the area. When you see the area, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's scary out here. Now, we're safe, like sitting out back. Most of the time, we'll sit in the yard or we'll sit on the back porch if it's a night nice enough to sit out. But nobody bothers us. We keep a protective circle around the outside of the building as best we can, and we try to feed it regularly so it doesn't get like, the energy don't get too low to where, more criminal types are, like sneaking into the building and finding ways in because some dum-dum forgets to shut the door or something, and then they can just walk right in. So, but yeah, this area is not, let me make sure I'm not shutting any cats in the window. I just wanted to get some outside air, but I'm not trying to freeze myself either. Because of the area that we're in. Hello. Oh, hey. Suddenly got brighter, huh? Get up there. Blinded by the light. I'm going to see if I can take off my sweater. See if I can keep myself warm enough. See, this top I'm wearing is a gold top, but it's a 4 reversible. Like the back is silver. If I turn it inside out, it's black and white. So it's gold, silver, black, and white. So you can wear it 4 different colors up front. And I thought that was pretty cool because gold is generally a color for the god in magic, and or like yellow. If you don't have gold, you can use yellow, or if you can't get yellow, you can always use white. And I will definitely try the tea light sometime and the ghost thing and see if it lights it up. Oh, I got to show you this. This is cute. I had to tape it shut, though, because roaches were trying to get into it. This is a giant Coke can that's a piggy bank, but here it's got like the little tab that looks just like the real thing, but when you see it up close, you can tell it isn't. I had to tape it shut to keep the roaches out of it, and it's one of those that you have to wiggle it off so they can get in the creases here, but I'm hoping that they can't actually physically get in. What?
Cowboy dinner.
Woo! Holy moly. Forgot about this. Uh-oh.
Come on, baby. Kalika, get in here.
Haven't worn any of my
Kalika.
sexy perfume in a while.
Kalika.
But yeah, I had to.
Hey, come here.
Come on.
Squeak.
Wanted to make sure that no roaches were in there
Boo.
because I don't want them to. But yeah, Maria gave me that. But unfortunately, I can't use it as an actual bank because if I do, I would have to leave the little slit in the top open. And if I left it open, then the bugs would be in it. So, like, even a bag of chips around our place, you have to keep in a baggie and have to make sure that it's one of those that seal shut really good because they'll frickin' nest in that. Hell, I have to clean my coffee pot off, my Keurig out every time I want to use it, which is almost never because you can only do 1 cup at a time, and that's mostly what I do. Like, if I do coffee, I'll do 1.5 cups, maybe 2, but very rarely do I do 2 full cups of coffee. So it's got the little pods that, you just fit one in there, it punctures it, you put the water in the chamber, you put the cup underneath it. It's a small unit, don't take up a lot of room. You can get tea, you can get hot chocolate, you can get cappuccino style drinks, all kinds of stuff. And Earl Grey, if you're like into the Earl Grey. Chris likes Earl Grey tea. He likes these certain types that have a spice about them. Excuse me, a certain taste, I guess, that he really likes. And I've tried some of them, and yeah, they were pretty good. But me, I've got so many, and I never drink it that much. If I could drink that more often, and maybe pop less, then that would be a major, health help, because then I wouldn't be putting all this sugar in my body, which, I could have problems that I don't even know I have yet. But because I haven't gone to the doctor, and the soonest that I'll be able to go to the doctor is going to be the 27th, I believe, or 29th or some craziness of November. I know it's a ways off yet, but I'm going to call them maybe in a day or two and say, hey, is there any way you guys can get me in there earlier? Because they keep sending me information saying that, I have an option for an earlier appointment if I really want to get in there. And I really do, because the sooner I get in there, the sooner I can have them diagnose me and run some tests or whatever they got to do. And the part I'm going to hate about that the most is they're going to have to draw blood. And Chris, I don't know. I hope he'll be able to take me and be able to sit in the car and wait or whatever. Cause the way it is now, they don't, you can't even go to an appointment with a loved one because people freak out and they won't allow you in the building, or even if you have a brand new mask on that you just took out of a package and put it on right in front of them, they'd be like, here, you're going to have to wear one of these. And they would give you one of their brand new ones that are these little paper things that, I don't know about you, but I have trouble breathing in because they get moist really quick. And you want to talk about a bacteria spreader and catcher and this and that. Man, I do crazy stuff. Like, I'll have gloves on, but usually they're the soft, stretchy type. So they're like a certain type of material. And I'll literally put sanitizer on my hands with the gloves on. So I'm sanitizing the gloves because there's where a lot of your germs and bacteria and stuff gets attached. So people look at me probably like I'm nuts, but I don't care. I'm being sensible. The gloves, they should be sanitized because they're the ones that end up containing all the bacteria. I know I'm a repeater. I'm repeating myself. Oh, yeah. Stop it, Janet. So yeah, sometime tonight I definitely am going to get me a shower so my head won't feel like the floor of a taxi cab. Like, it's just so heavy, and it's like my head weighs 20 pounds or something. And even though it doesn't, it feels heavier, and it shouldn't. And it's because of the weight of the oil and the way the hair and the oil is pulling down on my scalp. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up with a headache before the night's out. So, but yeah, I just wish that Joe would find a way, or we could finally get our house and just get out of here. But I wish Joe could find a way to temporarily house us somewhere else, fix this place up, and then we could move back in and everything and be the same. But no, he would end up charging far more because I think Maria pays like $580 a month for her place down there. And it's the same as this one up here. It's just because of the changes that were made, he demands more. And I don't think that's right because, just because somebody has that kind of money doesn't mean it's right for a slumlord to take it from them. So different people in this apartment building pay different amounts. And that I don't like, because that's not fair to anybody. Yeah, it is. It's really stupid. And here's the thing too, sweetie. He doesn't need the money. This guy doesn't need the money. Joe does not need the money. He's rich. He's Jewish. I mean, you know, Jewish people, they always got money, man. They got money like stupid. It's unbelievable. But we don't, you know, I mean, we scrape and whatever. And I'm still upset that I haven't been able to get any of your beautiful candles, because I would love to get some so I could stock up on them, and I could have something to keep, and, like, you know, maybe make into my own candle. And every time I used it, I'd be like, I would carve the candle before I put it in, or if I did it as a wax mold, because if it was like metal, because I don't know if they are or not. I mean, I've only been on your site a couple times, but they were just adorable. I love the little cauldron, the big cauldron, and the ones that I guess looked like they were more in some, they were some kind of a small bucket, and they had like glitter in the top and stuff. And I don't know what the other ones were. They looked like soap almost, but they were like these little wax, like flat pieces or something. And they had different sayings on them. I thought those were cool. So I wanted to be able to get like at least one of everything, you know, and for every purchase that I made that way, that would in essence be helping you too, to maybe have a little bit more money to spend, or, you know, have a little bit more that you can put in your savings or whatever, for whatever. I mean, not necessarily just the trip here in November, but just keep saving, because I've got savings myself, and, you know, but I don't know how much, because I haven't checked it recently. I don't know how much Jim put in there, but he got his check like on the 20th or the 21st, and here it is 24th. So if I can get myself over there tomorrow, which is probably going to be the earliest I'm going to be able to, because then I'll have my check, and then I'll be able to fill my gas tank. But I mean, I still have the possible option too of going down on the 29th. If I, you know, decide, okay, let me do this, let me at least give it the old college try. For the kids and for the family down there, that so far they only met me once, and we all got along really well. I never had any issues with anybody that I know of. I mean, I didn't like do anything inappropriate. I was just me. And, you know, but it's just Carl. Yeah, I mean, because the 29th to me would be my absolute last possible chance of doing it, because it's just going to keep getting colder and colder from here on. And I go down on the 29th. We might very well be down there on Halloween. And I kind of wanted to be home, because I wanted to be able to do a sewing ritual and live stream it. And I can't do that if I'm 4 hours away in Kentucky, you know? Yeah, it's because I don't know if they're like south of us or what, but I didn't really pay much attention. I know some of the routes we took were south, or the routes we took, the two main routes was south and north. One of them was to get down there. The other one was to get home. And if I remember correctly, it was south to get us down there and north to get us home. But then sometimes I get those confused and mixed up and switched around as completely the other way. And like I said, I don't want to, as much as I appreciate Maria's offer, I don't want to do this to Chris, because he's got so much on his plate as it is. I mean, yeah, I want him to have a break too. You know, sometimes he'll get on there and do his research or whatever, something that makes him happy that he likes to do. And me, I get on and I do my live stream, because it gives me something to do. It gets me going, keeps me going. I get to talk to you, and it kind of helps my day go a little better, you know, because every day that we do that is one day closer to, you know, you being able to get here in November. So there's that. And I never really, let's see, I think I'm just knocking the ash off my incense. When I was down there, yeah. So when I was down there, you know, the kids, I remember them asking me, when are you coming back? And I said, well, guys, I'm not sure. I said, you know, if it's okay with Carl, Uncle Carl, Papa Carl, I don't know anymore. I know he's Grandpa for sure. And I'm Grandma, I think. I don't know. I'm his sister. Chelsea's kids are, okay, great aunt. Okay, great aunt. See, I I always get them mixed up. But I said I might come down with Carl on the 29th, and he's like, yeah, that's fine with me. And see, I never said anything, I don't think, with Carl around when we were down there those 2 days about possibly coming back on the 25th, which is my check. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking it, yes, because it's like, well, this would be a chance for me to go down and get another batch of my herbs so that I'll have plenty to make myself up a decent, like something that'll fill a jar pretty decent, and then label it so I know this is my pagan mix and I don't get it mixed up with other stuff. Because, I really don't have the room. So I haven't been able to like even do any herb shopping or anything, because where would I put it? I don't want to keep, like loading Maria's place downstairs. I mean, I could probably put some herbs already dried in like the magic cabinet, because there's this cabinet, there's 2 drawers underneath. There's this whole shelf back in there, so I could put some in there, and then just try to, because I think it'll stay pretty cool down there, because that's pretty close to the floor and thus close to the ground out here enough that it'll be cooler. So I think that would work out best. But yeah, my head tends to itch a lot. And there's Maria.
Yeah. What?
No, I'm upstairs. Why?
Hold on.
Uh,
Repeat what you just said.
I said I have to do that test, and I'll have to do number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to need help with the
Could she be downstairs?
colonoscopy.
Yeah, I'll go down, sweetie, and be down there when you get here.
All right, because I just got on the number 10 just now, and
Okay.
I'm in pain because I have to hold it.
Okay. Yeah, everything.
I
Yeah.
love you.
Okay, I love you. See you in a bit.
Alrighty.
That was just Maria. Brooke, I'm gonna have to end the live stream because I got to go downstairs and be down there. She's got this colonoscopy kit that she's going to need my help doing, because she's got to send a stool sample into the doctor so they can see what's going on with some of her organs aren't working as good as they should and stuff. So they're wanting to, check her for some stuff and see what's going on. And they may have to end up putting her on insulin. So if they put her on insulin, then we're going to have to help her with that and make sure that we give her the right dose and everything, because she's OD'd on it before. So, this time around, it's like, Maria, we got you. I said, if I'm not available, I'm sure Chris will help you. I mean, yeah, he'll probably have to turn away, so you have to stick the needle in yourself. But, he can at least get the dose where it should be and all that. So I love you. Thanks for popping on. At least it wasn't too long. And I will try to get another live stream up here soon, okay? Mwah. Love you. Good night.